The independent investigation has concluded that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women and in doing so violated federal and state law. Specifically, the investigation found that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed current and former New York State employees by engaging in unwelcome and non-consensual touching and making numerous offensive comments of a suggestive and sexual nature that created a hostile work environment for women.
New York Attorney General Letitia James dropping the hammer on New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, announcing the disgraced governor harassed current and former state employees. But after receiving an Emmy and $1 million book deal, is King Cuomo's reign finally coming to an end? Will the Democrat sleazeball get special treatment because of the double standard? Will he stay in the fight no matter what? Let's ask New York City Council member from Staten Island, the sage of Staten Island, Mr. Joe Borelli. Joe, good to see you.
Thank you, Buck. Appreciate it.
Just as we sit here, Joe, in the last hour, we've had a lot more information the last few hours coming in about Democrats piling on here. President Biden has called for Cuomo to resign. Let's play it.
Back in March, you said that if the investigation confirmed the allegations against Governor Cuomo, then he should resign. So will you now call on him to resign, given the investigators said the 11 women were credible?
I stand by that statement.
Are you now calling on him to resign?
Yes.
And if he doesn't resign, do you believe he should be impeached and removed from office?
Let's take one thing at a time here. I think he should resign.
I think he should resign. Joe, what does this mean for the governor of New York?
That was a very odd moment of clarity from President Joe Biden. I mean, he was correct. I mean, this is something that he committed to last March when he said if the criminal investigation and civil investigation of the governor revealed that he actually did rope and harass women, he should resign. And kudos to the president for actually following up and being clear on the record. The interesting thing is the litany of Democratic elected officials who are now coming out of the woodwork to call on Cuomo to resign. I mean, most important of the last few minutes, the last few hours, has been Speaker Carl Hastie, the Assembly Speaker, the person who pulls the strings for the Assembly Judiciary Committee, and Assemblywoman Rodneyse Bichotte, who is also the county chairwoman of the Brooklyn Democratic Party, the largest county in the state. So this is really revealing that the governor has lost every ally he could possibly turn to. And I think with the Speaker's statements being so strongly worded that he can no longer stay in office, I think this is going to mean game, set, and match for this terrible, terrible human, Governor Cuomo. By the way, we were only just revealed publicly to basically everyone on planet Earth what people in Albany, people who served with me in the state assembly, people who worked around the Capitol, this is the guy they already knew. So this isn't surprising to so many people because he had such a bad record and just terrible approach to dealing with other people. Look, if you and I groped anyone, by the way, in an Albany mansion, we would be in handcuffs right now. I mean, it just is insane the level of depravity this guy did as governor.
Governor Cuomo has attempted, according to the Attorney General of the state of New York, to undermine and politicize the investigation. Listen to this.
There were attempts to undermine and to politicize this investigation. And there were attacks on me as well as members of the team, which I find offensive. And our focus, again, should be on the bravery and the courage of these 11 women and of the others who came forward. These allegations were substantiated. They were corroborated.
Joe, what did Cuomo try to do, or what happened here? When she's referring to undermining and politicizing, can you just fill in the blanks there? How? What happened?
Yeah, once he was interviewed last Saturday, he got a peek into what the prosecutors had on him and what this report will actually contain. And he tried his best to undermine the credibility by attacking both Attorney General Tish James. Now, she might run for governor, and I'll tell you 6 ways to Sunday why she will be a bad person to be governor. But I've known Tish James for many years, and I know her to be a person of good character. And I wouldn't doubt the truthfulness of her efforts into this this report. And he tried to undermine the credibility of the prosecutors, the independent prosecutors that she hired. They tried to make the case that one of the prosecutors was somehow biased because when he was a part of the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York, he had the luxury of trying and convicting Governor Cuomo's right-hand man, as though it was the prosecutor's fault. The governor's right-hand man was on the wiretaps, collecting bribes, selling the administration, selling the governor's office out. I mean, it's just preposterous beyond any scope we've ever seen in the last 100 years in Albany with the governor's office. And this is someone who should be relegated at this point to the dustbin of history.